You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. It's Joe Finley, and this is your coming attractions. Thanks so much to everybody who tuned in during the month of December and got involved with my family, with Abby and with Carrie doing co-hosting duties in Todd's absence. Todd's still absent. Apparently the Canadian seas have not frozen over yet. He's still out there. We did speak for a little bit on Christmas Day. He's doing well. He's happy. He's healthy. He will be back soonish. So we're looking forward to having him back. But in the meantime, lots going on. Today is Wednesday. Got some sad news yesterday. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. We'll talk more about what's coming up next week. We're going to have another guest co-host. His name's Daryl Sabo. He's actually my brother-in-law. We're going to have a good discussion about a movie that's kind of a Christmas movie, kind of not a Christmas movie, kind of a comedy, kind of a horror, kind of a lot of things. It wears many, many hats, and this movie is the 1984 classic Gremlins. So let's give a listen to that trailer.
Steven Spielberg presents Gremlins. Billy Pelser has a nice home.
Billy, is that you?
Yeah, Mom, it's me.
A nice job. A nice girl.
If you're not doing anything this Thursday night, maybe you'd like to go out on a date with me?
I'd love to.
And loving parents who are about to give him
You're gonna like this. No, don't shake it. We're gonna have to open it now. It won't wait till Christmas.
the most unusual gift he ever got.
What is it?
It's your new pet.
Come on, Barney, be a good dog. My dad gave it to me.
But there are a few things to keep in mind. If you expose it to the light, you may hurt it. If you get it wet, it will multiply.
All that from water? They got wet?
Yeah, plain water.
And most important, no matter how much they beg, never let them eat after midnight. Because when they do, they change. They become clever, mischievous,
What's going on here?
and dangerous.
Gremlins, huh? Little monsters.
Right.
Hundreds of them.
Well, I don't know, maybe thousands.
They've been here too. Billy, what are these things? Where do they come from?
Look, I know it sounds crazy, I know. But in a few hours, you're gonna have a major disaster on your hands.
Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante. They'll be expecting you.
So yeah, Joe Dante's Gremlins is coming next week. Tune in. I'm going to have Daryl Sabo with me. We're going to talk through the whole movie like we always do. It's going to be more back to normal than the previous month has been. So we're looking forward to that, and we hope you all tune in. So yeah, sad news yesterday came as the last week has been dominated by the stories of Carrie Fisher having had a heart attack. And I thought genuinely that maybe 2016 was going to be merciful when we all heard that she had stabilized when Debbie Reynolds had announced that. We weren't so lucky. 2016 claimed another person. And of all the people, I know people got hit really hard with David Bowie and Prince especially, and then there's so many others in there. George Michael also very recently. But yeah, the Carrie Fisher one hit me really hard, and the reason being, not just because she was in Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is my favorite thing, and obviously she's such a big part of that, and that means a lot. But it wasn't just that. I think she was the first person first actress who I saw as a person outside of, just their movies and outside of the character that they played or anything like that. Probably has a lot to do with, the troubles she went through at the time that I was growing up and stuff. So it was the first time I could ever hear about those kind of things. But essentially we lost her, and it's very, very sad. She was always, anytime I saw an interview with her or read an interview with her, it was always such a witty thing. And she was one of those rare people who was so beyond what any of her characters were. You know, to be a force-sensitive princess / general in one of the biggest movie franchises of all times, and for that to not be the most interesting thing about you really, really says something about you. So what I wanted to do, I just gathered a couple little clips from some interviews, and I just wanted to play those out just to get a little hint of who she is. We could do this forever. I could make a 200-minute compilation of clips that, goes deeper. But I just found little ones that kind of, spread all over, from Star Wars to, just her more personal, who she, what she's all about. So give it a listen.
When you're making these movies, you do a lot of acting to...
Nothing.
Yeah, things that are filled in later, right?
Yes.
Like talking little fuzzy guys and a lot of laser fights and that sort of thing.
Right.
So how do you do that?
When they say action, you just do it. I started doing the films when I was 19, so it's one of my specialties, except for a type of chicken that I can make. It's real good. But no, you just go, ah, and that's about it. Or no, look, get down there, they're done that, and that's what you do.
And you're not sure what you're getting.
You feel like an idiot in the beginning, and then eventually it's just
yeah.
That's it.
Tell me about the shampoo. I saw that film was released in 74, 75, and I don't recall exactly what you were in that movie.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I was a nymphette. I had very large breasts at that time.
Yeah.
They've since retreated back into my person. No, they actually start right back here now, and then they end abruptly. But anyway, I was the one with the breasts, and I propositioned Mr. Beatty with a mouthful of food.
Were you asked to physically transform at all as Princess Leia? I heard they asked you to lose weight.
They did. They always do. They want to hire part of me, not all of me. So they want to hire about 3/4. And so I have to get rid of the fourth somehow.
So was this before the first movie or before the Bronze?
I made a joke.
I'm sorry, what was it?
The fourth can't be with me.
Oh, the fourth can't be with you. That's...
And I made it up just then.
You just made it up just now?
Yeah, just for you.
And I stepped on it. Okay, wait. So, is this before the first movie or is this before the Bronze Bikini second movie?
Oh, no, Bronze Bikini, I was solid.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed.
A lot of people noticed.
So where did you go? How did you...
No, the first movie, I had, well, I guess you'd still call it baby fat. But anyway, I would like to call it that, but it was probably just fat. And so I went to a fat farm where they harvest fat. And I was there with Lady Bird Johnson and Ann Landers, who were my peers at the time.
What?
Yes, they were there also.
Were they nice to you?
Well, Lady Bird couldn't figure out the name of the movie I was going to be and kept thinking it was Car Wash. And was looking forward to seeing Car Wash.
I just cannot wait to see that Car Wash movie you're in.
That's right. And Ann Landers had a lot of advice for me, which obviously I didn't take.
You're a great friend to people.
Yes, I am.
You know?
I'm the best friend you can have. I don't know about the best wife and all the other stuff. Because I'm loyal, because I'm alert, because I'm fierce, because I'm, well, I could be accused of being tender, because I will go the distance with you.
Vulnerable.
Unfortunately, yeah. And I am weak, and I am, through that weakness is what you would find my strength.
And that was a little bit of who Carrie Fisher was to me and why it's so sad that she is gone, 60 years old. Easy to not say gone too young when a person's not in their 20s or 30s, maybe 40s and whatnot. But still, it's very early, and the majority of the people we lost this year have just been too young. And it seems senseless, But anyways, I don't want to make this super depressing. I am sorry. But yeah. So that was what I was dealing with yesterday. I was actually at the mall with my sister and my nephew and my mom. And we were just kind of walking around, and then I got a text that said that had happened. And like all the other ones, you get them and you're just like, oh no, man. And I just literally felt deflated at the end of that. And it's very sad. And I mean, I had lots of selfish thoughts about it. Well, I mean, not really. All the thoughts are selfish because you didn't know the person, you know. But, you know, there's people out there who are close to her family, her friends, and our condolences to them, of course. But you have these really silly waves of selfish thoughts where, you know, you think of, oh, what about the next Star Wars movie? And that actually was a news story today that she had completed her work on episode 8. And it's such a silly thing to then go, oh, phew, but I mean, come on. You know, who cares that she finished her episode 8 work? I mean, I think that's not the most important thing. You know, and she won't be in episode 9, and that shouldn't be a thing that we get selfish about either. There are more important things out there, and again, it's, you know, the people who truly, truly loved her. It doesn't diminish the people like me, the fans who, you know, got something from her, and I think a lot of it you see on Twitter. Since she's had the heart attack and all that, a lot of that love kind of flowing back at her. I don't think she saw any of it, but anybody who believes in positive energy, you know, hopefully that helped. So, yeah, it's not a very long episode today, just because I've been thinking about that, and we really only had the other thing to announce, which was going to be that we're going to be talking about Gremlins next week. But I did gather a little, it was going to be a top 5 list. I ended up narrowing it down to a top 7 list. Just some Carrie Fisher quotes from her writing and from interviews and things like that I just really, really liked, and I just wanted to read them off. So number 7, but ultimately I feel sane about how crazy I am. Number 6, you know what's funny about death? I mean, other than absolutely nothing at all? You think that we could remember finding out we weren't immortal. Sometimes I see children sobbing at airports, and I think, aw, they've just been told. Number 5, instant gratification takes too long. Number 4, movies were meant to stay on the screen, flat, large, and colorful, gathering you into their sweep of story, carrying you rollicking along to the end and releasing you back into your unchanged life. But Star Wars misbehaved. It leaked out of the theater, poured off the screen, affected lots of people so deeply that they required endless talismans and artifacts to stay connected to it. Yeah, that's me. I've got so much Star Wars stuff in my room. Number 3, having waited my entire life to get an award for something, I now get awards all the time for being mentally ill. I'm apparently very good at it. Number 2, stay afraid, but do it anyway. What's important is the action. You don't have to wait to be confident. Just do it and the confidence will follow. And number 1, if my life wasn't funny, it would just be true, and that is unacceptable. So I don't know. Those resonated with me. I hope they resonate with you too. Wishing you all a very, very fond end to the holiday season. I don't really know how to wish that. I hope you guys have enjoyed the year with us so far. I mean, we started in August or whatever it was, but we hope you've enjoyed the time with us so far this year. Next year, we're hoping for a lot better, just in general. Not just the quality of this show, but just in general. We could all use a better year, I think. Yeah, this is the last one for 2016. You'll hear us back next week, 2017, with Gremlins, with Daryl Sabo. We hope it finds you all well and not apocalypsed somehow. I don't know. I can't tell the future. If I could, I probably would have used a better word than apocalypsed. So for now, wishing you guys all a very happy new year. Good night.